Greetings of peace to humankind. Tayong lahat ay payapa dapat. Pwede naman dahil ang mundo namin ay mundo natin. Kailangan lang nating magkaunawaan. Muli, ako po si Princess Habiba Saripaudak, mag-uugnay sa bawat isa tungo sa pangmatagalang kapayapaan. Dito sa mundo ng salam ay aming bubuksan ang tulay ng pagkakaisa. Para sa iyo at para sa akin. Para sa ating lahat, ang SalaamTV. Sinabing samal, badyaw lang ang naiisip natin. Pero ang samal ay maraming minority group pa pala. Hati-hati ang kanilang hanay, kaya marahil noong panahon ng Kastila ay madali silang nasira ng mga dayuhang ito. Hanggang sa pagdayo ng mga Hapon sa atin, tuluyan ng umunti ang kanilang lahi.
When we talk of the Muslims in southern Philippines, that includes all other ethnic groups, meaning you have the Tausug, Sama, the Maranao, the Maguindanao, the Iranon. When you talk of them, they are natives of Southeast Asia and they belong to the Southeast Asian Muslims before the colonizers came. So this is actually the connection of the Philippines to the rest of Southeast Asia because the culture of Malayan Muslims is being retained. It's retained up to now. When Spain came to colonize, the entire country was actually changed into a Spanish culture, into a Western culture. What was left of Southeast Asian culture in this country are the Muslims. We have also to emphasize that we are not migrants here. We are original natives because this is an entire Southeast Asia before the colonizers came.
Hindi na siguro sila masyadong nabigyan ng halaga, lalo na ngayong ang Zamboanga ay naging business district na at patuloy na nangingibabaw ang Spanish culture. Ang Zamboanga Economic Zone ay isang mabisang paraan para ibalik ang sinaunang tradisyon ng ugnayang panlabas ng ating bansa. Ang Zamboanga Economic Zone ay isang mabisang paraan para ibalik ang sinaunang tradisyon ng ugnayang panlabas ng ating bansa. Ang samahang Bimpiaga o Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Philippines East Asian Growth Area.
Yung Sambo Ecozone has two development sites. The first development site composed of the first industrial park and the second industrial park, which we call the SESA 1 and the SESA 2. Presently, we are here at SESA 2, the second industrial park. Then the second development site that we have is the Sambo Ecozone Highland. It is 15,391 hectares, which is nandoon yan sa bundok ng La Paz. Yes. These are good for ecotourism related project. Farming estate can be included in this site. Educational institution. Recently, we have an initial talk with the Development Academy of the Philippines, seeing the possibility of establishing a center in Sambo Ecozone Highland. We are mandated by law to generate employment opportunities, help generate revenue for the government, and finally, generate investment, particularly foreign direct investment.
Ano po itong 4 priority projects?
The San Ramon New Port, the Asian Halal Center, the West Corporate Center, and the La Paz Biotech Farms. So first is the San Ramon New Port. So the San Ramon New Port is a project envisioned to be a world-class international seaport and major transshipment center. So this project is located in our second industrial park, or the ZEZA 2. An area which is located in front of our gate, then extending to the boundary of Sinubong, Barangay Sinubong. PPP, or the Public-Private Partnership Center, in coordination with National Economic Development Authority, or NEDA, has granted the Ecozone a $2.3 million. So the Asian Halal Center is envisioned to be the processing and manufacturing center of halal products in the Philippines. So the Zambo Eco Zone has allocated a 100-hectare area for this project. The West Corporate Center is envisioned to be the central business district here in the west coast of Zamboanga City, wherein currently we have government service providers that are already located, the SSS or the Social Security System, the LTO, the Land Transportation Office, the DTI, Go Negosyo Center, the DBP, the Development Bank of the Philippines, and the Land Bank of the Philippines. And lastly, the La Paz Biotech Farm. So this project is located in the second development site of Zambo Eco Zone or the Zambo Eco Zone Highlands. So the zone has allocated a 8-hectare biosecurity area for agricultural farming activities, especially poultry farming.
Okay, who are the responsible leaders running this eco zone?
Let me just first say that the Zamboanga City Special Economic Zone Authority is a government-owned and controlled corporation. There are 8 members of the board. It is manned by our present chairperson and administrator, Christopher Lawrence S. Arnuco, who used to be with the National Youth Commission. And then our vice chair is currently on a vacant position. And then we have also the ex-officio members of the board, which are the following. We have Congressman Celso Lobregat, which is representing District 1. Then we have our Mayor, Maria Isabel Chiclimaco. And then we also have the representative of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, which is Councilor Romeles Agan. And the one representing our labor sector is Jose Suwan. So we have 2 other section or sectors which are vacant, the Foreign Investment Group and the Local Investment Group.
Panahon na raw para isali rin sa ugnayang ito ang mga taong nauna pang mamuhay sa pamayanan ng Zamboanga. Ibigay raw sa kanila ang pantay na pagtingin. Isa na rito ang mga katutubong Samal Balangingi. The different groups of the Sama people. Now, this Sama Bangingi that you said na land-based sila,
Yes.
Ano po, where is their domain?
That is now called Bangingi Municipality in Sulu. But like the northeastern part of the Sulu Archipelago, including the coastal areas of Zamboanga Peninsula, is actually the traditional domain of the Sama Bangingi. And in the past, when the entire Sulu Archipelago and part of the Zamboanga Peninsula was under the Sultanate of Sulu, that was before we became the Philippines, the Sama Bangingi was like a sultan because they were given the authority by the Sultanate of Sulu to actually be in control in terms of governance and economy of the northeastern part islands of the Sulu Archipelago, which includes part of the islands, of some of the islands and islets of Basilan, and then Zamboanga Peninsula. Now, the coastal areas of Zamboanga City up to Vitali, you will still see them there because that's their traditional home, and then Sakul Island, the 11 islands, and then, of course, the other islands that are surrounding Zamboanga City.
Ma'am, ano po yung mga distinct characteristics ng Sama Bangingi?
They are very good in agriculture and land-based agriculture, and then they have their own community way of resolving their conflicts, and they follow the Sulu traditional law in terms of resolving There are other different Samabangingi clans, the Ampings who are in Tagiti and 11 islands, that's the Sakul Island, and then the areas in the Tomatos Island, the small islands, I think these are descendants of the Gonzalo. So you also have another clan, the Manuels, who are in Tagiti and Vitali. You notice that their names are when the Samabangingi actually attacked by the Spanish fleet. Some of them were brought by Spanish and they became educated. But even if their names were changed, they remained Muslims. So that is what is amazing with the Muslims in the Philippines, because you can change their names, their culture might be, their environment might change, but they remain Muslims. The very distinct among Sama is that their society is egalitarian. They are equal. The rich people and the poorer people are equal. I have seen our uncle, Pahaji Jainuddin, because he is a cousin of my grandmother, during the wedding of his daughter, he brought all the Samabangingi from the different islands, so the rich and the poor came together. They don't distinct themselves. They are very egalitarian.
Tulad nating lahat, si Commissioner Fatima Salipudin ay nangangarap din ng katarungan para sa Mindanao, lalo na para sa minority group na walang malakas na tinig.
It cannot be denied that some animosity resurfaced because of the armed conflict that ensued. But somehow, there are programs by government and by non-government organizations also who try to bridge everybody together. The local government in Zamboanga City is also trying to reach out to the Muslims. But of course, as it is now, the Muslims is like a minority. I think it's not really in terms of number, but in terms of the social status, that only few of them can get elected in the offices, only few of them can get employment, because I understand that in Zamboanga City there is a policy of the private sector, the malls in the town, that you cannot be employed if you do not speak Chabacano. Most of the young people here who find employment in the city and they are Muslims, they will be asked to speak Chabacano all the time. And it's really ironic because even the Philippine education now, our education is teaching us the native tongue. Very ironic that in Zamboanga City you can only speak Chabacano for you to be employed. But I think the Sama people also, being egalitarian and being more peace-loving, I would say, they easily mix together with the non-Muslim tribes. That is a very big asset of the Samabangingi. Their clan leader, when you go to Taluksangay, you can speak to them. They do have very good relations with the Chabacanos and the Visayans.
May grupo ng mga Samal na sea dwellers. Sila ang tinatawag na Bajau. Meron din namang mga Samal na land dwellers. Sila naman ang tinatawag na Sama Balangini. Pinuntahan namin ang 5th generation sa lahing ito sa Zamboanga. Maraming naimulat sa amin sa kanilang tradisyon at kultura si Hana Nunyo.
Yung tribo ninyo is Samal Balangini or Samal Bangingi?
Balangini.
Balangini.
Oh, Balangini. We are Sama Balangini. Kaso nahiya lang yan na grandpa ko. My grandpa is really a datu. Nahiya lang yan siya. Nahiya lang talaga yan siya mag-ano. Oo, ayaw niya yun, inaano siya, dato siya. Oh, pero dato talaga yung grandfather ko. Taluksangay, what I know, it's a small island. The stories I heard from ancestors namin, it's a small island, it has mangroves, and it has tabon birds. I do not know anong itsura ng tabon birds. Yung mangrove dati daw, nagpa-flower ng violet, which, yung violet color na yan, we call it taluk in Taluksangay. The taluk is violet, purple. And sangay, sa langwahe ng sama, mga balangingi, it's branches. That's why minerd siya Taluksangay. Because if you picture Taluksangay before, you can just count houses there. And it's lahat mangroves. Through the years, we are the refuge of mga tao na tatamaan ng gera. 1976, I think, if I remember, Sakol, I think, was hit. And yung may mga natamaan din ng tsunami, they migrated to Taluksangay. When the time na they have to go back to their place, to Sakol, they no longer want to go back. They want to stay in Taluksangay. Maliit lang ang Taluksangay before. When you cross the bridge, going there, yun lang ang Taluksangay. We know everybody there. We know who lives there. But then, time ni Marcos built Purok 1. Ginawa niya, since area namin yun, it belongs to the family, ginawa niya yung bank houses sa mga refugees. Bank house yun, BANGHAUS. They call it like that because those are refugees from Ipil. As far as Ipil, pumupunta sa Taluksangay, they find them the solace there, yung peace. I do not know what they see in Taluksangay. I really do not know. Maybe my grandfather has a good heart. From Datu Taupan, Datu Abdullah Maas, and we call him Maaji. Then, from Papa, my grandfather.
Sabi ni Hana, sa 7 magkakapatid, siya ang hindi talaga sumuway sa kaugalian at tradisyong ipinamahagi ng kanyang lolo't lola at ng kanyang ama't ina. Ang kwento ng kanilang pamilya ay isang halimbawa ng pamumuhay na may peaceful coexistence. Hindi bumitiw sa pagiging Muslim ang kanilang ama, samantalang revert naman ang kanilang ina. Ngunit nabuhay sila hanggang ngayon ng matiwasay at nagmamahalan.
He has all this inculcated in us. What your hands can give, right hand mo, huwag magsasalita ang left hand. Kasi yun na yun. Rule yun. We still follow the customary law. We call the customary law. We do not follow the traditional way of when you settle. No. The settlement has to be old ways. You follow what we have this book. We call it B1 book. Ano yung proper way to settle kung away pamilya, away mag-asawa, pagtanan, ganun pa rin. It's the same old tradition way. We marry in the old tradition, Muslim talaga. Yun. Yung mga ilalagyan mga alam mo na, may yung tradition talaga. You know, kahit sa inyo, di ba, meron pa mga maligay, I don't know what you call it inyo, yung money tree, tapos yung kakainin yun first subo sa husband, yung sa plate, yung malaking talam, meron pa rin yun. We still practice that. Tapos yun, after the marriage, hindi ka pa pwede matulog sa husband mo. Meron pa rin yun sa amin. Meron pa rin yan, hindi pwede. After you get married, nandun ka na agad sa husband. No. 1 week pa nga before ganun daddy ko strict.
Ma'am, ano yung, kung nare-recall niyo po, like in your grandfather, siguro grandmother, ano po yung sa tingin niyo na nakikita niyo pa na nandito pa rin na pinapractice na yung mga old-fashioned lifestyles?
Ang nawala sa amin yun, how we make our lokot-lokot.
Your?
Lokot-lokot. Delicacy. I think,
it's a delicacy.
I don't know what you call it sa inyo, but they have it in Marawi. Yung rice, nilulukot siya. Yung parang sinasabi nila sutanghon.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Pinafry?
Na pinafry.
Yes, yes.
We call her Inni eh. She was very strict, yung grandmother ko. From the cooking of that process, we do that. My mom is doing it already. Hantak, I call it pretzel, but we call it kaling. We still do that. We do the baulu, the one we cook it in the sa charcoal at sa bono, I don't know what you call yun, sa ano ng coconut husk. Yun sa taas niya, we still do that. Hindi sa oven, we make ubang-ubang. Grandmother ko pa rin yun. Yan, made of rice. We do that. Yun itim. Yung dudul sa inyo, sa amin durul. We call baulu itum. Brown sugar siya. Parang muscabo sugar gagamitin. Lahat ng delicacy ng Muslim, my mom was taught by my grandma. Kung buhay pang grandmother ko, siguro nakamalong kami. Nakamalong siya, pati yung damit ng samal, yun parang sablay. Nakaganon siya. Kahit magpunta siya sa town, sa doktor, nakaganon siya.
Ito ang dalampasigan na bumabaybay pa rin sa kahabaan ng Zamboanga Peninsula. Ito ang isa sa pinagmulan ng Sama Balangingi. Dito nila inalagaan ang kanilang kultura tradisyon.
Dito rin sinimulan ng ninuno ng mga nunyo ang kanilang pamumuhay kaakibat ng pananampalatayang Islam. Your tribe, no? Specifically yung Sama Balangingi, paano po ba ninyo pinipreserve, kinikip yung traditions ninyo?
Like the mat weaving, we're trying to revive it. Yung mga sayaw-sayaw, nandyan pa rin. Nandyan pa rin talaga yan. Kahit yung paano, like 1 week celebration, yun, kasal-kasal nandun pa rin. Kailangan i-preserve ko yan because that's the only thing we have. That's why I asked my dad, Daddy, you make me a house. We call it Luma Pagmatuwaan. House of old people, meaning old tradition. We will be teaching yung dances, the folklore. Yun ang gusto ko i-revive sa Taluksangay ulit.
Ito ang tanging Taluksangay Masjid na ipinatayo noong pang 1885. Pinalawak na lang ito sa renovation at na-preserve dito. Masjid na testimonya kung gaano kasagrado ang kultura at tradisyon ng Sama Balangingi. Sinagrado pa ng lolo ni Hana na si Haji Abdullah Maas Nunyo ang mismong nagpatayo ng masjid na ito. Dito nagbunga ang mabilis na paglaganap ng Islam sa peninsula ng Zamboanga, Basilan at Kapuluan ng Sulu na kinikilala ng iba't ibang bansa.
During yung mga Ramadan, yung mga nagkagigisnan ko sa grandpa ko, yung magpakain sa tao, nandun pa rin sa amin.
Ma'am, sa tingin po ninyo, ano po yung nagpapa-affect sa pagbabago-bago na na-mention ninyo?
I can even remember my grandfather, if during Ramadan, maghahagis siya ng coins. Para sa mga bata, hahagis niya yung coins, ganyan.
Naging bukas din ang loob ni Hana na ibulalas sa amin ang kanyang pangamba tungkol naman sa nagaganap na pagbabago sa hanay ng kabataang Muslim. Ito ang malalim na problema ng pagligaw sa kanilang panrelihiyong pananaw.
This insurgency, okay, it's still poverty. Like, di ba, ISIS, Abu Sayyaf, stuff like this, these are part of insurgency. They're trying to recruit young children. Kaya ako, pero naku-random check ako sa mga bata dyan. Like, now, I have 9 children who are lost. And I found out they're already in Basilan. They were recruited through religion, through madrasa. Because not all teachings are the same. Guguluhin mong teaching nila yung beliefs. Because of poverty, they will stick here. Kukunin nila yung loob ng bata, i-brainwash. Yun ang na-find out ko. Ay, nag-freak out ako. Bakit ganun? Kaya, every Friday, I talk to our head imam. You have to go back to our old ways of teaching. There's no problem, sabi ko, with the new books coming out. Because I am not ignorant. I read fiqh books. I read Fazail Islam book. I read books. But it's not a matter of how you're going to interpret it. But some of our ulamats naman, when they interpret it, our children get lost in their interpretation. That is why some of our children, you will find them ISIS. You will find them because of the beliefs. But if you go back to the old Quran, the old ways of Quran, the old ways of teaching, it doesn't state there. Like the jihad. Iba yung interpretation ng mga bata ng jihad. Jihad for them is to kill Christian. Hoy, saan yan? Sabi ko, nakuha nyo. Saan yan nakuha nyo? Sa Quran daw? No. Sabi ko, alam ko. Saan nyo nakuha yan?
Kung tutusin, hindi masamang mamuhay sa ganitong paraiso. Ito ang karangkahan ng kapayapaan kung hindi lang sana ginulo ito ng mga dayuhan noon.
Why do you think that the Samabangini people are being called as the loving people?
You know why? We do not want conflict. Yan talaga yan. Yan ang na-learn ko sa grandfather ko. If you can settle it in a right way. Huwag ilagay ang init na ulo. Kasi kung init ng ulo, you'll end up fighting. You will not solve any problem. You will just be adding fire. Kung ang isang tao sabi niya, apoy, ikaw tubig. Ganun siya mag-settle. That's why siguro when we settle in Talupsangay, kahit alam namin na talaga mainit talaga ang sinesettle namin, kalmado pa rin kami. Ganon ang samal. You can just count sa mga kamay mo, daliri mo yung educated samals. Because we are like the Bajaw, the samal. We are really kami yung pinakamababa. Kung sa IP, kami yung pinakamababa. Ganon. Mababa talaga. That's why I pity ba? I pity some of my brothers and sisters, especially sa mga balangi. That's why I told them, no, everybody is equal.
Very quick lang, balikan lang natin yung story niyo doon sa Talupsangay and being a Samabangini. Is that the only place talaga na doon kayo nag-settle, na doon lang talaga natin mahanap ang mga Samabangini?
No. You can still find Sama in Tawi-Tawi because Sama kasi, like, Samal, you call it Samal. These are, when you branch it out, Bajaw, Daundong, Sama Dilaw, Balangini, Ambal, Tawi-Tawi. Hindi yan sabi mo, Bajaw. Bajaws are Samal. Lengguwahe lang. That's why sabi ko, dapat i-correct yan ng history.
Walang gulo kung hindi lilimutin ang halagaan ng kasaysayan ng bawat kalahi natin. Tama nga ang salawikain. Ang hindi lumingon sa pinanggalingan ay hindi makararating sa paroroonan. Kaya't lingon-lingon din pag may time. Hachi Pagsukol, muchísimas gracias, jazakallahu khairan sa pagbibigay ng inyong panahon at pag-obserba sa aming relihiyon. Iba't ibang kultura at tradisyon saan mang panig ng mundo. Ito na ang simula ng ating pagkakaisa dahil bukas na para sa ating lahat ang tahanan ng salam. Muli, ako po si Princess Habiba Saripaudak, nagpapanagana para sa lahat ng tunay na kapayapaan sa abot ng aming kakayahan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.